Namaste, dear ones. Welcome in. We are doing our wind down this evening with a very special topic, Dharma or purpose. And of course, we have our drinks, our little self-care, our little reminder to ourselves that it's time to wind down. Hello, it's so good to see you all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're about to wind down with a little lesson, I guess. It's very short, a little reading. I'm drinking this sunshine flavored La Croix, and it is so good. It literally tastes like what I think sunshine would taste like. So if you have your tea or a fuzzy blanket, or maybe you're out and about, but just cozying into your heart for just a quick moment, I wanted to read from Freedom from Addiction. This is by my teacher, Dr. Deepak Chopra. And this isn't just a book about addiction. I use that word very carefully because I've found that most addiction is actually just emotional neglect, emotional pain. So I tend to use substance dependence or sex dependence, something, because you're dependent on something else to get that soothing, like that you would from a mother or a parent or a loved one. And maybe you don't have a loved one close. And so these things have filled that space because it's painful. There's so much pain that can go along with emotional neglect and loneliness. So I don't love the word addiction, but Deepak's philosophies in here are very nourishing. And we're actually not talking about addiction or dependence right now. We're talking about our life's purpose. But I do speak quite a bit about recovery, and that's financial recovery, toxic relationship recovery, because I've had a journey with that. But that's not tonight. Today was very busy. It was beautiful. I checked in with my Tantra teacher she's in France right now, about our upcoming Miami Tantra experience. So I'm very excited about that. And then I was taking care of business, mailed some stuff for taxes, went to Walmart, which is always a crazy experience. I had a theme going on in Walmart that I was attracting a lot of elderly people. And it's amazing because I really wanted to connect with that demographic, because I feel like in this culture, we don't integrate our kids or our elders very well in with our day-to-day lives. But I spoke with this gentleman. He had an Arizona hat, and I said, "Oh, Arizona, I just got back from there." He ended up telling me all these secret spots, all these shortcuts from Salt Lake to Sedona, that you go through Vegas and Kingman, because there's now a new Highway 11 that will get you down to Phoenix quicker. So, and the second one, hi everyone, it's so good to see you. And the second gentleman, he was in one of those motorized carts, and he was just paused in front of the orange juice for a while. And I was like joking with him. I'm like, should I get in line? And he was like, "Oh, thanks for waiting. I just can't choose." And I said, "Well, let's figure it out. Do you like pulp or no pulp?" "No pulp." "Do you want one with, this one has vitamins, this one?" He's like, "What's the cheapest?" I'm like, "Well, this one's the cheapest, but just for 10 cents more, you get the nicer quality." He's like, "That one." So I was like, "Would you like to walk to the front with me? I'm going there anyway." And he's like, "No, I'll just wander out." It was so sweet. He stayed and stared at the orange juice for a little bit longer. And I thought of my sister, who's healing a brain injury, and how really terrible the grocery store is for her. She has to wear these headphones. It's a scary experience. And so I just had this moment where I'm like, look at all of us set loose in this Walmart, and all of us need help. What are we doing? Do we all need leashes and advocates and companions? How can I be of service? Because I at least have two brain cells functioning. Anyway, it was a whole thing. How do you feel when you go into a crowded place? Do you get overwhelmed, or are you like, I know exactly what I want, I'm in and out? How this relates to Dharma? There is a way. Because when we're in this busy life with options everywhere, how do we choose what is best for us? So let's read what Deepak has to say. Deepak has to say in Freedom from Addiction. What is my life's purpose? What is your contribution to the world? What are the unique talents that distinguish you? In Eastern philosophy, the concept of Dharma implies that each human has something unique to offer the world. When we discover our Dharma, we express our gifts in service to ourselves and those affected by our choices. If you have been struggling to find your purpose, there are clues to help you. Ask yourself what comes naturally to you. Some people are naturally good working with children. Others are naturally athletic or good at math. If you have an innate artistic gift, consider how you can develop that into your work. Your innate talents can give you hints to your Dharma. Okay, I'm pausing that back to the Walmart. You gotta love Walmart. They always have everything except the one thing you need at the moment. That's so true. That was literally true for me today. I walked out with everything except the protein powder and greens that I needed. So it's so funny because that totally relates to what we're talking about. We have a lot of skills, and we went to college or we went to school, or our parents told us to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe we've made a decent living at something for a while. But is it our Dharma? Are we utilizing the innate gifts that we came here to share? Now, if we're good at something and we can make money at it, that's a smart move, right? Just economically, with jobs being as they are right now, it's smart to do something we're good at until we can do something that we really love. But our soul gets to have a voice, gets to have say, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this spiritual being, this soul, it has a purpose here. And it is, in many traditions, we are simply expressing what Creator or our higher self is trying to experience through a human body. So what I found is it's best to get out of the way. So if we have all of these plans and dreams that make, plans that make sense, but then we have this dream that won't go away. What I have found is that when you do the dream, new pathways open up. And Shane, you know this, you're an artist. Tracy, you know this, you are just such an angel and healer. So let me give you an example, and please share if you have an example too, of Dharma versus work and job and doing what we're good at. So I make money working at a job. However, I had this burning passion to go to Winslow and Sedona, Arizona, and just give back, because I've received so much from the native people, from the town of Winslow and the healing lands around it, from Sedona that nourishes my soul and my community there. My horse is in Sedona, and I wanted to thank him and spend some time with him. So I saw 3 days off. My hours got cut at work. Furlough was contagious, apparently. Those 3 days, it turned into now going on a week and a half. But I saw those 3 days. I was kid free. And I was like, this Winslow and Sedona thing will not go away until I do it. So I packed up a group art